Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to what is today going to be those must-get boss drops and their items. I think we're on to maybe number 7 by now. For those who don't know, we're literally going through the vast majority of bosses in game, having a look at what items they drop. Our first map is Join Deepforest, where if you do head all the way through, is this rather crooked looking tree who does actually have an armor set for you. Sadly, it is not AC tagged, so if you are wanting any of these, it's going to be because you really do want them. Join Deepchaos is our next location, and this is a boss you've probably fought many times, but there is actually an armour that does drop from Kathool, along with a wide variety of different anchors. As you can see, there is the Kathool Acolyte armour, which is AC tagged and available for those free players, so if you would like a Chaos themed item that is also themed on the sea, this could be the place to come, and inevitably there are also some pistols if you'd like to pick those up. Next up, we are having a throwback to the past at Join Darkoviagrave, where you will find yourself Blightfang, who has got some very old school items, which of course have been in the game for quite a few years. I imagine if you want any of these, you probably would have got them by now, but just in case, those are the ones that will be dropping. Over at Join Darkoviahorde, if you go in that room we showed you first of all where monsters keep respawning, you can grab yourself a badge. I'm not sure if it's char page or just Book of Lore, but it does get you the chained dual katana variant. There are also these ones that drop from the boss, so it could be worth coming along and picking up that particular katana if you like the look of it. From memory, and I could be wrong on this, I think you have to pick up a quest before you can get the badge, so just make sure you speak to Arctics and have a look and a scope out before you go along killing all of those monsters. Join Darkplane is up next, and you can grab yourself the Fiend of Light set as a quest reward from this particular quest right here, Learn from the Past. The boss monster in this map doesn't have any particular drops, but I thought, you know what, this is quite a cool looking set with some fairly nice weapons in here, as well as a decent armour. Maybe you want to go along, pick it up with it being AC tagged, just in case anyone was fancying that. Now we're off to another nostalgic trip at David's cabin. Join David is the place to be, and these quests have gone locked for me again. This really confused me when I came along here. I was absolutely stumped. It looks like though they added some house guard rewards to the quests, and as a result they have just relocked all the quests to have to go through and do them all again one by one, unless of course they disappeared as we completed them the first time round. But anyway, David's cabin's there if you've never been along there before in the Northlands. Next up, we are jumping over to a few fairly recent maps, and we are starting at Join Neofortress. Yes, there are going to be merges available at all of these maps, but we will just continue through to the boss for now. So if you do come along and defeat the general, you can grab yourself a ground rune, as well as like a runic cape and quite a large hammer and dual version of it. And if you want a picture of Lay in your house, it looks like that is also available from the boss. Join Dawnsanctum is going to be our next map, and this is for the Gramiel boss drops. Now if you do come along to a Grandmaster Gramiel, you'll notice this drop list is ever so slightly bigger to the boss that's in the next room. So you probably want to be defeating this version because there's also some house items. If you do go through and defeat the other version of Gramiel in the map, it's just like the cape. It's the cosmetic items essentially you can get. We are now going to move over to our last of the Neo maps, and this is going to be Join Neotower. So as always, we'll quickly load up that merge shop before heading through towards the priest. And the priest is the boss in this map, and yes, if you like books, you can get yourself some floating book capes by the looks of it, and also some spell books. I guess they're going to be weapons, and maybe some house items as well. It's a bit hard to tell with some of these sometimes, but they are the drops that are available from the priest. Join at Deadlines is going to be up next for the Eternal Dragon drops. First of all, it has got a really nice merge shop at Deadlines, so if you've never been here before, and I think the last time we were probably here was for Argo farming, unless I'm just imagining that. I suspect many of us will already have the Eternal Dragon drops, but just for anyone that has not been along here before, this is the list of items you can expect to be getting. As you can see, pretty much every single item here is AC tag, and get yourself a dragon in your house, so that is a pretty cool house item if you are looking to kit it out a little bit more. Various helms as always, and there's also an aura to go with it. So here we have Join Deadmoor, and we're going to look at Nightmare. There are two different versions of Nightmare. First of all, you have the normal version, which has got, again, lots of different helms, but there are also some different armors that will be dropping from Nightmare. So I think there's maybe 3 different ones. Could be 4, but you'll see as we flick through this list all the ones that are available to you. For those of you that know, there is another version of Nightmare, so if we head back into the room, you can click up Nightmare at the top right. You'll then be spawned in with Lucid Nightmare, and as a result of that, you'll be able to get yourself these battle axes. My particular favourite is the Toxic one, because I think that green tint is looking rather cool. Join Darkoviaforest, another one back in the Darkovia series of maps, and this time round it is going to be for the Lich that's here, and this Lich has been around for donkey's years, but you may not have realised it does have quite a large drop list nowadays. Not only does it drop the full armour set, so if you would like to dress up as this Lich, you can do, presuming you are a legend. A little bit further down, amongst some really quirky helms and quite a nice broadsword, is going to be a load of AC tag drops, so you will be able to go along there and grab all of those if you do fancy any that you see flashing up on screen. They are all going to be for this Shadow Slayer gear with, again, a few different armors. So there is a bit of variety available to you from this boss, and it could be worth checking out if you haven't in any recent time. Now then, last of all, our final map for this particular video is going to be some Darkon gear at the main map of Join Garden. So the first one we come across is this creature. If you do defeat, I think it's creature number 12, not only can you grab yourself another kind of moglinster armor, there is also that really nice smiley helm, and I think that's just a great little meme item to go along and pick up. I'm not sure you'll be grabbing the chicken drumsticks, but each to their own if you do fancy it. And then right at the end we have got our final boss. I'm going to say it as Faye, I never know how I'm actually meant to pronounce that. I'm sure someone will tell me down below in the comments, but there are loads of cool chibi helms as well as more chicken drumsticks and Faye's set to go with it. There's a pizza as well a little bit further down with some house items if you would like some bean bags, etc. Anyway folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back for part 8 or whichever is the next number in this series very, very soon. So until then, make sure to leave the video a like and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all again next time incredibly soon.